This is Action Jack.
And Bergiemeister.
We are doing a little review of the Hard Rock Cafe and Elvis and Nixon. There was two movies about Elvis and Nixon meeting. One was in 1997 and the other was in 2016. The meeting took place on December 21st, 1970. And this is the picture. And this picture is internationally famous. It is the most requested photo in the history of the United States, U.S., National Archives.
You can see it on the photo there. They even printed it on the picture there.
So the backstory about this meeting is super interesting. There's a lot of sweetness and humor in it. This is Elvis's so-called Memphis Mafia.
Yeah, you see Sonny West on the left and Jerry Schilling next to him, and then there's Elvis. That was a wonderful picture. And look at Elvis giving Nixon his gun. That is an amazing thing, isn't it? Bringing a gun into the White House.
Yes, he broke all the rules for doing that.
Freaked out the Secret Service.
So this is a replica.
They did keep the bullets, though.
So this is a replica, a World War II commemorative Colt 45. And this particular gun is at the Nixon Library in Yorba Linda.
Oh, it is?
In
Oh,
Southern
yeah,
California.
that's pretty good.
So that's the colorized version. Elvis presented this letter when he was on the plane to the president saying that he wanted to be appointed as a secret agent.
A special agent.
Special agent at large. And he wanted a badge, so they gave him a badge. The backstory.
That's a nice-looking badge.
Yes. And
That's
here's
a nice
this
badge.
ID to go along with it.
Oh, well, if you're going to have a badge, you have to have the special ID. That's only natural.
So he's a special agent there at large. And at the Hard Rock Museum in Washington, D.C.
That's a museum?
Well, it is to this part of it. It's really a cafe, but it's like a museum. When you, at the very second story.
There's our boy. Look at him.
That's the very famous George Washington crossing the Delaware, but just recreated for rock and roll with Elvis there and Jimi Hendrix and Bob Dylan. Stained glass at the top with Elvis
really
as
neat
the
place.
king. And this is our little video of getting the context of the entire place. So you're in the second floor, and you come here, and That's All Right, Mama, with Elvis Presley here as the king of rock and roll. And by the way, did I say this is right next to the Ford's Theater?
No, you did not. But now that you mention it, they all know it. Yeah.
So
Isn't that fantastic?
This gives you context.
If people freeze it, they can sit there and look at the faces on
Stevie
the boat.
Wonder in the back.
And see who all's on the boat.
Yes, it's very interesting. So I'm up here, and I'm going to have a cameo.
Look at, they call it the Embassy of Rock.
There's Briggy waving right there.
I'm so little there. Embassy of Rock, how appropriate for being in D.C.
We left the 80s in San Diego to have it in
the teens in Washington, D.C. It was cold.
Really, really cold. The Rock Shop here is where you can buy your gift items.
I got my magnets and my pins, so that's all good.
Yes, Briggy and I have them from all over the world. So this is a really interesting Hard Rock Cafe. So if you're in Washington, D.C.
And the theme is Elvis.
Yes, well, they got a whole bunch of different things down there in addition to Elvis, but we thought we'd just center it around Elvis right now. And by the way, when Briggy and I got back to Southern California, we went to Palm Springs. I had to go there for business, but we stopped by and went to Elvis's home. That's going to be on an upcoming video. We actually got to go inside of Elvis's home in Palm Springs, in the courtyard, and see the pool and everything. So that was a lot of fun.
Unexpected fun.
Yes. So on behalf of my lovely bride, Bergiemeister, this is Action Jack saying we'll be back. It will be soon. And that's the name of that tune. By the way, Elvis Presley never did go undercover at federal agent at large, or did he?